Bismiro Nari Halo. We daven silently to the bottom of the page. Arba'im Shana Akud Bedor Vahomar Amdu Levavim Vehem Lo Yadu Dirachai Asher Nishpati Viapi Im Yavon El Menuchati. Page 16. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Baruch Shemo Basru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato Sapru Vagoyim Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim Niflotav Ki Gadol Adonai Hulal Me'od Norahu Al Kol Elohim Kol Yamim Elohim. Ifnei Adonai kivo lishpot haaretz, yishpot hevel b'tzedek, v'amim b'memunato. Turn to page 17, continuing silently. Adonai. Orzaru ala tzahadik, uyishrei lev simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, v'odu lezecher kodsho. Page 18. I'm going to surprise you. I'll go back to the Kabbalistic practice that we're doing the weekly Psalms because you're supposed to remember one good thing about each day. It won't make you do every day. So let's see. Page 16 was Sunday. Page 17 was Monday. Okay, we're on page 18. Can you remember one good thing that happened on Tuesday? This past Tuesday, one good thing. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard if I can't look at my Google Calendar. And sing together. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel b'tzedek, v'amim b'mei sharim. Page 19. So again, where the Psalms were put together to lead us into the official Friday night service, which we're not at yet. This was a practice of pulling into Shabbat one good thing from the week, only like bringing out the positive energies. So anything from Wednesday you can remember that was good. One good thing from Wednesday. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Page 20. Adonai lamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Okay, I got Ezra here, and I have a feeling like Ezra probably is not terrible at math. And he also has two parents who are probably all pretty good at math too. So while we're singing, I have a job, which is on page 20, for Psalm 29, which is the thing for Friday. I want you to find how many times in that Psalm, Psalm 29, you have God's name, Yud, He, Vav, He. So I went, and then after that, you have to actually count how many times does Yod He Vav He happen. And then because Yod He Vav He has 4 letters, I want you to multiply the number of times the name of God appears times the number of letters. And I'll catch up with you at the end of Lecha Dodi. We'll see what we came up with. We're on page 21 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi lihikra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor bedibor echad hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad uhu shemo echad l'shem ol tiferet ve'litila Lecha Dodi lihikra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nehesucha sof maaseh b'makshava techila lecha dodi likra kahala penei Shabbat Mikdash melech melucha kumitzei mitocha hafecha harav lachshev behemek abacha behu yachamol alayichem la lecha dodi lihikra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela hitna ari meyafar kumi lipshi bigdei tifartecha mi Ayad ben Yishai be'ei halach mikorva el nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi lihikra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orech Kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likra kahala penei Shabbat nekabel 22 Ya lo tevoshi velo tikami matish tochachi umatehemi bach yechesu waniyehami v'nivneta Ir atila lecha dodi likra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela behayu limshisa shosayich v'rachu kol mevalayich asisalayich Elohayich kimsos chatan kahala lecha dodi likra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela yamin usmo tifrot ziviet Adonai tariti ayadish behem parti v'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi. Please rise. Kakahala penei Shabbat nekabela Ovi v'shalom aterebala gam besimcha uvetzahala toch emunei aham segula boichala lecha dodi likra kahala penei Shabbat nekabela. We may be seated. Okay, what did you come up with? 72 is the correct number. So how many times on page 20 does God's name appear? Is 18 a significant Jewish number? Right? What do we call it in Hebrew? Do you know? Like what are the 2 letters that Chai? You're right. I mean, 18 is Shemona Esrei, but you're right. Chai. So it's sacred number of letters, 18 for life, and times 4 letter is 72. So if the numerical value of Chai is 18, does anybody know, and you may already know, what is the numerical value of 72? Now, there are different ways to get there because the numerical values can add up in different ways. But in Jewish mysticism and Jewish tradition, there's one main way, just like Chai can be made up of other things, but it's usually Chai. So now this is like super advanced Judaism, but I've said it before, probably not for 3 or 4 years. So if anyone remembers, what Hebrew word adds up to 72? But you'd have to, like, you'd be like, I know, I got that one. Chesed. So chesed is really one of our 2 major words for love. So if you go to modern Hebrew and you say what's love, you get ahava, and that shows up in the V'ahavta with the Shema in just a few pages. But in Jewish tradition, ahava is only one word for love. It's not like, kind of like that old expression, the Eskimos have 12 words for snow, but we only have one. Jewish tradition has many words for love, not just one. And ahava is a certain kind of love. It's a certain kind of covenantal relationship love. But chesed is the most commonly used word for love in the Torah, and so it's a forgiving love. It's the main form of love in Jewish mysticism as well. So it constantly appears in the prayers, it appears in Torah, and appears in the Talmud and Midrash and rabbinic thought. So chesed is a love that is much more like in Christianity, caritas or agape in the Greek, and so it's which is translated, like it's translated love, but it's actually originally from agape and then caritas in the Latin, which is it's just an embracing, forgiving, merciful love. And so it's special. So that is one of the mystical secrets that runs throughout Psalm 29, that we're channeling forgiving love as we enter Shabbat. And so may we continue to channel more. Our world needs it and our communities need it. Good job. Thank you. And we're on page 23 for the Shabbat Psalm. I know I like the plaintive melody, and I know a lot of you know it by now, so please join in. Mizmor shir, shir liyom haShabbat. Mizmor shir, shir liyom haShabbat. Tov lehodod l'Adonai u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon l'hagid ba'boker chastecha. There's the word. V'emunatcha ba'leilot comes up a lot. Mizmor shir, shir liyom haShabbat. Mizmor shir. Shir liyom haShabbat, hagid ba'boker chesed shelcha. Final 4 lines. Tzadika tamar yivra. Keteres balvanon yiskeshetulin bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yachrichu odinuvon b'seva. Dishenim v'ra'ananim yihu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avlatabo. So on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on the 6th line, the one that starts with Ish Ba'ar Lo Yeda, I'm going to start with Ezra, but you don't have to know, okay? Do you know what the Hebrew word Yodea means? Because Ish Ba'ar Lo Yeda, Yod Dalet Ayin. Do you know what, if I say, Ata Yodea, what's it mean? Do you know? So Yodea means no. So today I was meeting with one of our religious school teachers and I was saying that, I think it's really important to talk to children about God and to give them a sense of our connection to the universe and to God. And they said, Rav Nadav, don't push me. You're not going to like what I'm going to say. And I was like, don't tell me, you're an atheist or something. They said, my concept of God is the Force from Star Wars. And I think the great rabbi is Yoda, right? To which I said, That's what I want you to teach. Like, duh. Like, I hope you don't think you invented that. Hello. Mordechai Kaplan wrote it years ago in Judaism as a civilization, not with Yoda, but with the rest of it. And the force that makes for, the force in the universe that makes for goodness. And so I have a question, it's an open question. Yoda. What would Yoda be in Hebrew? Yud, Daled, Ayin. And what does Yodea mean? No. K-N-O-W, by the way, not no N-O. So it comes up all the time. So when I read this, I'm like, I wonder if they named Yoda Yoda because he's the one who knows. Anyway, you probably already thought these thoughts. But anyway, you're welcome. You're welcome to take it wherever you want to go. Page 24. Adonai Malaki Lavesh Lavesh Adonai Osita Zahar Aftikon Tevel Batimah Nachon. Idotecha Nemnu Ma'od Levecha Navaha Kodesh Nava Kodesh Adonai L'Orech Yamim. Mourner's Kaddish is on middle 24. Beth Israel congregation remembers, among others, on this Shabbat, the yortzites of Marilyn Acker, Louis Aronson, Rona Bacalar, Rachel Barkley, Amelia Coppi, Irving Coppi, Marilyn Edlau, Marcel Endelman, Leah Field, Ann Feinerman, Isidore Friedman, Judith Gallatin, Bernard Galler, Ernest Gann, Samuel Green, Leo Jacobovitz, Benjamin Katz, Molly Kishlansky, Esther Kessler, Alma Lakin, Dave Levitsky, Emmanuel Levy, Helga Lorig Levy, Rose Mark, Beatrice Markovitz, Adele Newman, Ruth Roll, Bram Shapiro, here at the very first yortzeit. Eliu Victor Silver, Robert Milton Summers, Beulah Stein, and Carl Wiesenthal, as we continue to remember Natalie Sher, Susan Feingold Schultz, Judith Cashton, Lorraine Sherman, Michael Adams, Leona Leon, Phyllis Werble, Fanchen Lessing, Carol Feinerman, David Fallman, Bruce Dahl, Carol Amster, Gary Joseph Ullman, Paul Ernest Phillips, Leslie Garber Matthews, Raisa Levinskaya, Alice Cohen, Toby Barba Mathhouse, Vivian Perlstein, Marty Lindenauer, Bonnie Rosenberg, Harleen Appelman, and Dr. Lionel Finkelstein. Mourner's Kaddish for those reciting 24. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba, v'alma divrach gerute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam lamei almaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitala v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah, richu. Le'ela minko berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'ama v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Aseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al Yisrael, v'imru, amen. We may be seated. I hope you don't mind, Paul, since we just mentioned your mom's name, may her memory continue to bring blessings, that people might wonder, like, Paul's still saying Kaddish, they see him all of the time. And I just wanted to mention, if it's okay, a little bit, that I was talking to someone today about how important it is for us not to be Ashkenormative. That there's a tendency in Judaism to say, let me give you the answer. And I looked it up on halacha.com and it says this. And often those answers are one particular answer in Judaism that ignores the cultural variations around us. So one of them, if someone says, how long do you say Kaddish for a parent? Someone will tell you, it's 11 months. It's 11 months, easy answer. And when Paul and I had a chance to have some serious conversations about this and to look at it, I was able to explain, and he was receptive, which was kind of nice to be like, I was like, if you want the easy answer, say it for 11 months and you can move on with your life. And Paul's like, I want to hear like the full answer. And looked on our website as well, which is on our website. Actually, the original tradition was 12 months because it made sense. You do Shiva for a week, you do Shloshim for a month. And I mean, as part of, for the rest of the month, and then you say Kaddish for the rest of the year. And the Ashkenazic tradition, or one Ashkenazic tradition, came to be to do it for 11 months for a particular reason I don't need to go into. But the Sephardim didn't. And so the whole, African Judaism, Northeast African Judaism, Middle Eastern Judaism, they were on a different schedule and they kept the 12 months. And then the influence of doing 11 months came to them. And so actually in many places like Yemen, the predominant thing was, since so many people are doing 11 months, they would take a week off. So you wouldn't say Kaddish for the first week of the 12th month. And then you would go back to saying Kaddish for the rest of the 3 weeks. And so it's just kind of interesting to recognize that I love bringing back the cultural variations. That somebody might say, look, I don't care. My dad was Ashkenazic, my grandfather was Ashkenazic, it's Ashkenazim all the way down. But for many of us, including me, it's not so easy because we have different heritages and we wish to incorporate Jewish traditions that don't simply reflect our own centeredness. And so you may notice that Paul is saying it for the 12 months. You don't go to the very last day of the 12th month and you stop just a little bit early, usually one day early in the original tradition. But I just wanted to honor that. I really appreciate that Paul thought consciously and intentionally about what do I want it to be and how do I connect to the tradition instead of just going along the surface. We're on page 28. It's the evening service, and we will start on the third line. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim. Umavir yom umevi laila, mavgil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chalenu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv haravim. 29. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachvenu u'v'kumenu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hein chayenu v'yorech yamenu, yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, v'avatcha tasemer olamim, baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Page 30. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta habam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lachtecha b'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam amezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharecha. Silent davening on 30 and 31 and most of 32. Remember, we only have a short time more with the Sim Shalom, so you may want to look at some of the beautiful readings on the bottoms of the pages, because maybe your last chance. You're already on Lev Shalom. There we go. V'haya im shmat. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Ki hu Adonai Eloheinu v'ein zulato v'ena Yisrael amo. Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe Miriam u'bnei Yisrael l'chanusha b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh Norati lo tohosei fele Malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei yam lifnei Moshe Ze'eli hanu v'yameru Adonai imlo Leolam v'evenemar kifada Adonai Yaakov v'golim gazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Ka'ahal Yisrael. Let's read together in 33. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God. Watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us your shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 34. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam Beini u'bein bnei Yisrael oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz u'vayom hashvi'i We're in the middle of 34. In a moment, we'll be at the silent Amidah from 35b to 38. And you're welcome to dive in the Hebrew or look at the English or read all the English or close your eyes and have the thoughts that will bring peace to you and allow you to channel peace to others for the rest of Shabbat. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba v'yalma divra kirtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman karib be'imeru amen Yehi shmei b'mevarach li'alam u'lam me'amaya Yiparach v'ishtabach v'yipar v'tramam v'naseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudesha. Please rise. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nefemata v'amira v'avimeru. 35 being forward or your own personal thoughts. Yikadav Yakadash Merabah, Biamadi Rakute, Biamlich Machute, Bechayechonu Vimechon Chayetubet Yisrael, Bagalavis Mankari, Vimeru, Amen, Yehesh Merabah Mevarach, Bialam Ulam Me'omayam. Yiparach v'ishtabach v'yipar v'yitraman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitala v'yitala shmir kudesha le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata shchata v'nechemata damiram b'yama v'imeru titkabat soloton v'alton d'cho Yisrael kol dama v'hon d'vishmaya v'imeru yesh lamar rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imeru Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Please rise, page 51. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, v'tekiru ha'liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpatot ha'adama, shelo samtelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטל שמיים ויוצר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים עמם ושכינת עוזו בגבי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס סגולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים עמם, יארץ מתחת עינינו. כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Warner's Kaddish on 52 for those who are reciting. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach kiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yinaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'ama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May their memories continue to bring blessings to this world. A couple of brief announcements that please note that the office will be closed on Monday, September 5th in honor of the national holiday of Labor Day. Please get in your membership forms, your Beth Israel Religious School registrations, and your Lev Shalem prayer book dedications. They're all available on our website. Contact the office if you have any difficulties or need assistance. As a reminder, we will be switching over to the Lev Shalem prayer book, the Siddur, which the weekend of September 9th, which is next weekend, right? And so please get your dedications in soon. We already have over 200 prayer books that have been dedicated, and there's still some available for dedications. And looking at, remember that next Friday, we have a huge weekend next weekend. So next Friday night is Motown Shabbat. Welcome everyone. It will be, for those who are streaming, it's really an in-person experience. I know some people can't come for reasons of health and safety and otherwise. And I'm basically going to put a microphone in the back of the sanctuary. And it might sound great for all I know, and it also might not. So like we will be streaming it as normal, but it's not going to go through the same sound system that we use. So it's going to be, because bands come and they put out their amps and they mix it for the amps. So it'll be a live sound just as they do for a concert. And and so please come. We'll be mixing it. You've heard me say it before. We'll be mixing Motown themes with the prayers and having them integrate. It is similar to using it's similar to the kind of poetry work that we often do, and Meg often does here at the synagogue, which is to view the prayers, as many of them are, as a form of poetry that you're trying to give your own voice to, and often do. And so, just as we might dissect a psalm as a poem, often taking an actual song, of course, the Hebrew word for poem is shir, it's the same thing as song. There's no real distinction in Hebrew between something that would be a sung poem and a non-sung poem, is to take other songs with themes that relate to the same theme. So just like you would put two love poems side by side, or two poems about missing a parent who's not physically in this world any longer, I'll be matching Motown songs with the celebratory prayers of the service, the Friday night service. And so I hope you come, and it'll be intended for a live experience. We'll do our best with the streaming without promising. And that was Friday night. Then that next Friday night Motown, next Saturday morning, Lev Shalom Sidor Shabbat, and which is going to be really, really fun. And part of that will be officially welcoming on a Saturday morning. Jerry Sorokin is our executive director to the shul. And so kind of a Shabbat of new beginnings. And that will lead to other big things coming up. So please pay attention, because we're about to start into High Holy Days. We've got Slichot coming up. And of course, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and all kinds of other things are happening, the start of the school. Thank you for your patience. And let's finish with Adon Olam on page 54. This one. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa b'cheftzako Azai melech shemo nikra V'achare kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yiheh b'tifara. Let's do one chorus. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'et nasa b'cheftza kol azai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yiheh b'tifara. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'et nasa b'cheftza kol azai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh B'tifara, v'hu haya v'hu hoveh, v'yeh b'tifara. Last verse. V'yahado avkid ruchi, v'et ishan v'yahira, v'im ruchi, kiviyati. Let's finish strong. Adonai li, v'lo ira. Shabbat Shalom. I'll see you at 9:30 in the morning. Have a great Shabbat.
Shalom.
As we turn off the screen, I give these sometimes the guys closer on. So Sarah, I'm introducing you officially.